A girl named Cher is at an accident scene. She goes there and starts checking the pulse of the woman. But instead of helping her, she steals her ring. The ring seems to have some sort of occult symbol embossed on it. She then goes for a swim, freshens up, and soon drives away from there. Honey is a private investigator who gets a call early in the morning to check a crime scene. She goes there and meets homicide detective Marty, who keeps hitting on her and refuses to believe that she is a lesbian. She checks the body and declares that the woman is dead. She goes to her office, and her assistant Spider says that her meeting of the day has been canceled. She then meets with Mr. Siegfried, who believes that his boyfriend is cheating on him. Honey says that if that's the case, he should handle it privately instead of getting a detective involved, but he says that he wants the specifics so he can take his revenge. Honey then goes to meet her sister. Her youngest niece says that she wants to marry Honey, but Honey refutes it by saying that it's illegal. Her sister has a lot of kids and one on the way again. She has a rebellious daughter, Corinne. Honey tells her that she needs to stop getting pregnant, but she says that she doesn't get to lecture her. Corinne's boyfriend has come to pick her up, and she says that she's going to spend the night out. The mother disapproves, but doesn't say anything about it. Drew is the leader of Four-Way Temple, which seems to be a cult. He is with one of his followers when his right-hand man comes there and says that one of their members has died. But being a leader, he doesn't show any sympathy and reluctantly goes there. He goes there and says that the boy has consumed the drug that was meant for the church. It's God's punishment that he is no more, and he probably deserved it as well. Honey goes to a bar nearby and meets Elle, as they seem to be acquainted with each other. The bar owner, Gary, comes there, and she asks him about Mia, the woman who was found dead, and she used to work there. Gary says that she did not show up for work. Honey reveals that the woman called her one day, insists that she needed help with something, and the police were of no use. They were supposed to meet at the bar, but were found dead later. Drew goes to meet Cher and gives her a briefcase. She says that their boss aren't happy as more dead bodies will get the police involved. But Drew has a God complex and says that no one can ever overthrow his, as it's God's plan. Cher then gives him the ring she stole from the dead body and says that now the cops won't be able to track them, but next time he should be more careful. Honey meets Marty and asks for Mia's address. He keeps on trying to woo her, but she swiftly avoids him and gets what she needs. On her way out, she takes the address from an officer named MG. She's enamored by Honey, but lacks the courage to do anything about it. Colligan goes to a bar and orders a drink, but just then a guy named Hector comes in and says that he has an order for Collinger, but he refuses to give it to him, stating that he needs to pay for his previous one. He says that he doesn't have the money, but Hector refuses to listen. Out of nowhere, Collinger offers to please him, but just before he is about to take an action, Hector punches him. He runs out and tries to drive away, but crashes into Collinger, ending him in the process. The bartender watches everything in horror and immediately calls the cops. Honey is driving when she notices Cher riding by. She goes to Mia's home and tells her mother that Mia contacted her the day before she died. She interviews the mother, but she says that she has no idea why Mia wanted to hire a private detective. She then goes to Mia's room and finds a self-help book, but she is taken aback while scrolling through the page, as it seems to be studied with precision. She notices more such books as well. She then checks under her bed and finds some church outfit, but her parents say that they have no idea which church she was a part of. Suddenly, a loungery falls from inside, which seems to be completely out of her character. Drew is giving a speech in the presence of all his followers, and he manages to convince everyone to keep blind faith in him, as he is sent by God himself, and serving him will be serving God himself. Shuggy tells Drew about everything that happened with Hector. He says that their boss won't like this, and they need to do something about it. Shuggy tells him, and the bartender saw everything, but it shocks him, and he says that they need to finish off Hector, as he is the only link that will get them caught. Hector lives with his abuela and tries to help her out as much as possible. He goes out to dry some clothes, but keeps feeling someone's presence there, which makes him uncomfortable. While going back, he notices a hat at the front door and runs inside only to find that someone has slit Abuela's throat. Suddenly, he notices Shuggy coming from behind and saves himself. They get into a scuffle, but Hector overpowers and stabs him. But just before dying, he shoots Hector as well. He slowly starts to collect his broken teeth, but Hector is still alive and annihilates him. He then bursts into tears in front of Abuela's body. Siegfried is crying in Honey's office as his boyfriend, Colligan, has died, but he seems to be more interested in knowing who his date was. Honey tries to brush him off by saying the cops will do their due diligence and figure things out. She then asks Spider for MG's personal number. In the evening, she goes to meet her at a bar. Honey tells him about the case, but soon things get more personal. They start to chat, but it seems like something else is going on under the table. Soon they go back to her place and make love passionately. Honey is washing the toys the next morning when the doorbell rings. It's Corinne, who has been beaten up by her boyfriend. She begs Honey not to tell her mother. Honey says that she won't, but the condition is that she won't see the guy again. She agrees, but deep down, everyone knows that it's a lie. Drew is with two girls when Hector comes there with a gun. He closes his eyes and shoots aimlessly, but the moment he opens his eyes, he finds the bed empty. Suddenly, Drew comes from behind and bashes his head. Corinne is working, but she's creeped out by a creepy old man who has been sitting there for hours ogling at her. A man comes and tells Drew that Honey wants to meet him. He freaks out at first knowing that she is a detective, but soon composes himself, saying that he will manage it. Honey starts interviewing Drew, but he keeps dodging her and asks her out. She's not interested and asks if Mia was in any trouble, but he says that there wasn't anything like that. Honey loses her patience and says that Drew hides behind religion and exploits young women in the garb of God. But he refuses and says that it's a way to help them, and he can help her too. But Honey says that she would rather help herself and leave from there. Honey and MG are chatting, and she says that she got out of a relationship recently. MG says that her father used to beat her up all the time as a child, and she got out of his sight the moment she grew up. Honey says that even her father was the same, but she hasn't seen him in years. Corinne is closing down the joint when she feels someone's presence there. She goes out, but is left petrified when she finds the same old man sitting at the bus stop. They pause to look at each other for a moment. The bus comes, but Corinne is unable to move, and soon it leaves as well. The man says, "I love you," and it makes her so scared that she immediately runs out of there. The next morning, she goes to her office and tells Spider that Drew is a creep and the church has something to do with her death. Just then, her sister calls her and says that Corinne has been missing since last night. Honey accidentally reveals that she saw Corinne the day before, which makes her lose her shit. She immediately goes to her boyfriend's place and beats him black and blue. On gunpoint, he reveals that he hasn't seen her in 2 days. He seems to be telling the truth, and she believes him. But on her way out, she destroys his gun and leaves. She is at her place talking to her sister when the old man shows up. It's revealed that he is her dad. He says that no matter what he did when they were kids, it doesn't matter because he has changed now and wants to start fresh. He also reveals that he saw Coring, which piques her interest, but he doesn't have much intel, so she dismisses him and he breaks down in tears. Honey drives around the whole town and goes to different stores to look for Corinne, but all her efforts go in vain. She then sits at the bus stop, all tired. Just then, a bus stops there and she sees the church is hoarding on it. But just then, something comes to her mind. She goes to her office and Spider tells her that Marty called her because he has something for Mia. She calls him back, but the first thing he tries to do is ask her out. She rejects him and gets on the topic. Marty says that the autopsy report came back, and it's revealed that she did not die in a car crash. There was a scuffle involved, and she was stabbed multiple times. He also reveals that a woman was found dead last night, and the suspect is related to the church as well. Spider asks if Corinne is their victim, but Honey says that she is too tough for it. Churches like these prey on vulnerable people, and when they finally submit, they are brainwashed and abused. Drew makes love to Cher. After that, he asks her why she changed her mind. She says that she wanted to fulfill his last wish. She says that their bosses aren't happy and shoots him. Honey is there just at that moment and hears the gunshot. She goes ahead, but before she can take any action, she sees Cher flying out of there. She goes to Marty and asks him to do a check on the church, as she heard a gunshot. But Marty says that without any adequate proof, he will not be able to question the god. Honey says that her niece is missing, but seeing that Marty has no interest, she leaves. She tries to look for MG, but another officer says that she didn't come to work because she was busy partying late at night. She then drove towards her address to meet her. On her way, she sees a weird man sitting at the bus stop. She notices that the man gets up on the bus and leaves from there. She reaches MG's place, but the house seems to be in a deserted state. She rings the bell and waits for some time, but no one answers. She finds the door open and gets inside. She sees multiple pictures and also finds her yearbook. She scrolls through her pages and finds her picture, but with a very cryptic Christian message. Just then, MG comes up and Honey apologizes for barging in. She says that she was in the basement fixing something. Honey has become suspicious and tells her that her niece used to work at a joint near the station, and she was going home the time MG got off. She asks her if she has seen Corinne, but MG says no. But her demeanor slowly changes, and she says that Honey is judging for living at that place. Honey says that she doesn't, but she refuses to listen and says that she is judging, and she has already thought of the moment about dumping her. Honey suddenly notices 2 cups lying there and goes to check. She finds a green lipstick stain on one of them, but before she can react, MG smashes her hand with a hammer. They get into a fight, and she says that she has killed all the women, and she would kill more if they try to join the church. She was abused by them as well, and women who choose to join the cult will spread it like a disease. She takes out a knife and says that she killed her father as well. She stabs Honey, but Honey smashes her with a kettle and burns her face. She overpowers MG for a bit, but she gains her strength again. She is about to shoot Honey, but finds her gun missing. Honey has already taken it and finishes her off. She gets up and tries tries to look for Coen, but has bled a lot and faints. She wakes up in an ambulance and finds Corinne sitting with her mother. Honey has fully recovered and goes to meet Marty. He applauds her courage and says that they were able to link all the murders with MG, so the case is solved now. He tries one last time to persuade her, but she says that she prefers women. She leaves, but on a stop, she spots Cher. They share a smile, and Honey asks about her plans. Cher says that she's going to the airport, but she has some time before that. Honey suggests that maybe they should visit her place before for some fun. So that was the recap for the 2025 movie Honey Don't. For more recaps like this, subscribe to the channel. And if you have liked this video, you may also like this.